Top prospects here, and we're back for the December 22nd, day after Christmas, full roster slate. And we're here to get these projections for point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. And before I start the video, thank you to those 2 subscribers who subscribed to the tribe. Show some love. Now, my job finally to give y'all these DFS prospects, analytics, projections, chalk, etc. for the 7 p.m. slate. Now, let's get these projections. Westbrook going against Orlando. Ben Simmons going against New York. Dame going against Houston. Phoenix going against Sacramento. Toronto going against San Antonio. Ooh, John Wall is out for Houston. Quarantine out for the next 2 games, John. Come on, John. Alrighty, okay. Now, it's a lot of work you could go down here at point guard. But I'm gonna go from Garland up. From Garland, I'm projecting from Garland up to Rozier. I'm projecting these players from somewhere around 15, the least. That's a bad game for them. To 25 and 30. Rozier 8, Garland 8. Now, D White still not playing. Let's go from Murray all the way up to Darren Fox. I'm projecting these players to have somewhere between the least 30 to 35, 40. A good night for them. Now let's go up from Darren Fox. Well, let's go up from Dame to Westbrook. These are my top 3 on the slate. I might take Ben Simmons out, put in Terry Rozier, Garland as my second or third option. I'm gonna say Westbrook number 1, Dame probably number 2, then Ben Simmons. But I'm projecting these top 3 from somewhere around the least 45, the highest 55 points. So be safe on that. You have to check analytics, see how they played in their past previous games. Let's go to shooting guard. Now we have James Harden, DeRozan, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. Oh, is James gonna be able to play? Clear. Okay, okay. I might tune into that game. Now from James all the way down to Gildress Alexander. I honestly like. Ooh, DeRozan had a big game. 57 points, 28, 9, 9, 1 block, 1 steal. Now DeRozan does somewhat of a Jamal Murray. He comes and have a big flash and then he'll disappear. So you got to be careful with that. James always gonna be James. So. From James down to Gildress Alexander, I'm projecting these players from the least 30 to the highest 50, 55 points on a good night. All these players, except for probably Shea, could drop the 50, 55 from Donovan up to James. So we're going to go down to Shea all the way to Oladipo. I'm projecting these players. Van Vliet, he kind of killed my lineup last time. Projecting these players from somewhere around the least 20 to the highest 35. These players could drop 40 points. Yep, from Shea all the way down to Oladipo. Let's go to Colin Sexton. All the way down to Malik Beasley. Burks had a good game. Buddy Hield had a good game. I think he had a game winner. Colin Sexton had a good game. These players, I'm going to project them from somewhere around the least 25, the highest 35, 40. These players can easily hit that 35, 40 mark if they're having a good game. You just have to see who they're matching with, who they line up with. You got to take the time out and do that. But hey, just put in the comment section. I'll put up who they probably going against. Like I said, show some love. Definitely sub. Put some questions down in the comment section. I will definitely get back. Now, from Lonnie Walker down to Gary Trent. Gary Trent had 23. I'm predicting these players to have somewhere between 20 and the highest 30. Yeah, 20 to 30 from Lonnie Walker down to Gary Trent. Now, these players, it ain't really too much there. Let's go to small forwards. Now we got Gordon Hayward. Larry Nance had him a big game. RJ Barrett, Harrison Barnes, Evan Fournier. Now these players, I'm going to project these players from the least. Yes, listen now. These players can go out and kill your lineup. Larry Nance had him a big game, a defensive all-around game. But I'm projecting these players from somewhere. Listen, these players can get you a 25, but like you see, these players could get you that 45, well, 40 or 50 range mark. So I say 25, 30 to that 40, 50 range mark. From Hayward all the way down to Barnes. Let's do TJ Warren. Damn, TJ Warren. Oh boy, you had a horrible game. TJ Warren all the way down to Ananobi. I'm projecting. Oh yeah. T.J. Warren down to Ananobi. I'm projecting these players for the least 25, highest 35. Yep. From T.J. Warren down to Ananobi. Yep. 25 with a high of 35. Eric Gordon is out, so that might give Harden some more opportunities to eat. Now we have K. Johnson for San Antonio, dropped 33. Okay, 32 minutes. He has some good minutes production too for San Antonio, but you still got to be careful because you never know what Pop is going to do. Okay, Anthony Edwards at 4,800. That's a decent price. C. Johnson, got P. Williams. Jackson. Okay. So from Grant all the way down to K. Johnson, I'm projecting these players to have somewhere around 20 to 25. They could get you that 30. It's just depending if they go off. My top three for point guards, small forwards, I'm going to say I like Hayward going against OKC. Tobias going against New York, and number three probably is going to be Larry Nance because if he's getting the minutes in that starting position, then yeah, I'll take Larry Nance because he's a scrappy all around player. Now let's go to power forwards. Now Sabonis, big Sabonis. I called it in my last video. I said Sabonis, he's like that. Now he's going against a Chicago defense who I do believe don't have that many of they got marking and whatnot. I'm not really too worried about it. But from Sabonis down to Wood, take Sabonis out. We're going to say Siakam down to Blake Griffin. These players have the potential of getting you a 20 up to a 30, 35, 40. So be careful with that because Siakam, he had an iffy game. Julius Randle, see, Aldridge had 26. Aaron Gordon had 30 or at 38. I had him actually in one of my lineups. Sabonis, I'm projecting Sabonis from somewhere around at least 40 to 55, highest. Now Kevin Love might be back going against Detroit. We got Markkanen who dropped almost 40 points from. Well, I say Markkanen we just gonna do Bagley down to Covington. These players have the potential of dropping 20 to 30 points, 35 on a high note. Maybe take out Baisley, but everybody else Crowder, Batons, P.J. Washington, Covington. You just got to be careful. P.J. Washington, he's a young Crowder. I like that price for Crowder. Bielitsa, that's a decent price, but you got to be careful with Bielitsa. His minutes probably up. His minutes went down since they did some. I believe they did some signings in Sacramento. But my top three, I'm gonna have to say Sabonis with no Hachimura for Washington. I'm gonna probably say Aaron Gordon. Third, maybe Markkanen going against. Well, I don't know. He's going against Sabonis, but third probably Markkanen and maybe Julius Randle. You just gotta be careful. You gotta wait till his tips. He was starting. Blah blah blah. Center. Let's go to centers. Now, my boy Joel Embiid, 34 minutes, 30, 14, 2 assists, 1 block. Now, that's crazy. You see JaVale only having 1 block. Now, these centers up here, they do their job. I'm going to project these centers from somewhere around the least 30 is a bad night for them. The highest, they could all get you 55. Easy. But Washington, you got to look at the matchup difference. Okay, dude, New York had anybody to guard Embiid. They got Randall. But I don't know if Randall gonna be able to Embiid. Now you got to look at Towns. Okay, Miami, Minnesota. Does Utah have anybody to work Towns? They did just sign Derek Favors back because he was there early in his career. So it's just like that. You got to be on it. Now my top three, I'm gonna say Embiid. I like that. Embiid, Towns, or Gobert for that second spot. Miles Turner had a big game. Now for that third spot, I might go Vucevic or Drummond, or no, Vucevic or Ayton. Probably Ayton, just because Sacramento, I don't believe they have really nobody to guard him except for Holmes. But from Embiid down to Ayton, I'm going to project. Yeah, like already, okay, I did their projections, 30 to 55 on a good night if they have a good night. Now, Nurkic all the way down to Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant had somewhat of a bad game. I'm projecting these players. Ooh, Plumlee did good for Detroit all around. I told you, Plumlee's one of those all around players too. 1486. That is very good for Plumlee. Now, Well, my bad. I'm sorry. Let me go back to centers. From Nurkic down, I'm going to say these players have the potential of somewhere getting you 20, the least of a 30, 35. Yes, 30, 35. So be on the lookout. Hassan Whiteside is who signed with Sacramento. Okay, okay. I knew the big man did. And they told y'all, yeah, they got homes down here for 4,700. Hassan down the Baines. Them players easily have the potential of giving you a 15 to 25. Damn, and they don't got Buggy Cousins either. Quarantine the next two games. Damn. Now, Boogie, I was expecting probably a big one from Boogie. Now, since they're two are not playing from JaVale had a big game, too, for Cleveland. 13-7, 1-1-1. Okay, okay, JaVale. From JaVale down to Biombo, these players easily can get you from somewhere 15 to 20 players, and that could be guaranteed from somewhat like these players, depending on how their minutes look. Like, how did the White minutes look? Oh, he only had 13, but he still got you 20 points. JaVale had 20 minutes. But yeah, it's just all on the minutes. Look at their minutes projection. Take some time out. See if they who they went. I mean, see how their last game against each other went. So go and look up Orlando versus Washington. But those are my early full roster picks. Subscribe to the tribe. Show some love. Definitely sub. Cause we going up. We here to win. I know this video might be a little late tomorrow or the next one for the early slate for roster. I'm going to do better. Tune in for the single game video coming out later for the Minnesota and Utah game. Subscribe to the tribe. Show some love. Definitely sub. Top prospects. I'm out.